Welcome to the Buy Box Bandits podcast.
Welcome back to the Buy Box Bandits, guys. We are back. We got all three hosts here today, Miles and Danny. What's going on, guys?
What's up?
What's going on? How are we doing?
So, Danny, before we get into it, give the viewers a nice 3 to 5 minute breakdown in terms of where you've been, what you've been doing, what you've been up to.
All right. Well, I looked in the past episodes. I've only missed 5 from.
You're 16 for 32 on the year.
That is, and I need everyone to mentally and emotionally prepare themselves for a lot of really bad flips for Miles jokes throughout this whole episode. Inaccurate statistics.
I actually added it up though. I might have been one off, but either way, you're batting less than 50% on the year.
You know, I didn't do good in school. I didn't do good in school either. Anyway.
All right, regardless, give us the lowdown. What you've been up to?
The past the past like 14 days or like 10 or 14 days, like as of like a week ago, I was in Europe for like a family trip and like a wedding. And I had sent text messages saying, let's pre-record episodes. And then it never happened. And then Europe, and with the time difference and everything going on, it was impossible to record. But pretty much I was in France. I was in Ireland. The most important thing was I brought the mobile setup with me.
Yes,
so I was still able to pump out my YouTube.
Soft plug. Seriously though, go check it out. A lot of you guys want to get into wholesale and go check that out.
So yeah, I was still able to get out my YouTube videos, but the time difference was terrible. So like we weren't really able to get any podcasts done. But honestly, that time difference was really nice because I got used to it pretty quickly, and I'd wake up at like 7, and you guys would just be like a lot of people would just be going to bed because it'd be like 1 a.m. And so I'd have like 8 hours of like hardly any notifications on my phone, and that was amazing. And now I really understand why people like wake up early and are like obnoxiously early to work, because there's literally nothing going on, which is really nice.
And you started MMA recently, didn't you?
Yes. Yeah. So I started going. I've only done 1 session though, so it's not like
you're not McGregor yet.
No, I mean, look, eventually we'll get there and we'll beat him. But no, I'm joking.
Talk about
it's just something to just be active. It's kind of fun.
Talk about the wholesale supplier that tried to scam you that you ended up finessing. Yeah,
so I had a wholesale supplier who I had sent an invoice to, or they had sent an invoice to me. I had paid it, expecting that, as they told me, the product should be getting delivered like in like 2 days, like that week. And they said, no, they're actually not. And they're like, they're going to come in August. And I was like, bro, you already,
it's not going to
my card was already charged. Like I'm going to need that money back. And then long story short, they refunded my card twice on the American Express account. And ironically, the refunds were sent on April 20th, which is 4/20. So I'm assuming whoever was doing the refunds must have been under the influence of something.
I mean, that's a big jump. I mean, that's a.
Dude, I've never been refunded twice. Like they refunded me twice, and they both stuck. And so, I mean, shout out to them. But they were about to not refund me and let me just hold that L until August, maybe even if they were to ever ship it. So I don't know.
And that's why, like, imagine if you were just getting started with wholesale, dealing with that type of cash flow issues and the lead times. That would have.
I wouldn't really say it was my fault. It's my first time using them. They were kind of a sketchy stuff going on, but like, it is what it is.
What were the red flags?
They didn't have, it's hard to give red flags for wholesalers because like a lot of times the worse the website, the better they are.
One of the questions I get all the time is how do I know and how do I distinguish a good wholesaler as opposed to a not? And it's like,
you got to get on the phone and like actually test the order. Like you got to actually order stuff to figure it out. Cause there's like family wholesalers that just have really terrible websites because they've had such long lasting clients. Like a lot of like grocery ones are like that. Cause a lot of grocery wholesalers also sell ingredients to restaurants, and that's how they make a lot of their business. So they have like lifelong customers. So they don't care about making a better website. Like 80% of their money comes from these lifelong customers, so it doesn't even matter.
But I mean, regardless, right? I mean, for everyone listening, the universal principle is always going to be test buy. right? That's the ultimate mitigation for any sort of risk, whether it's a wholesaler, OA, whether it's a product basis, whether you're test buying in terms of seeing whether it's IP complaints, right? Test buys, a 20 to 30 unit test buy, even 40 units is always going to be the answer, right? And a lot of times wholesalers will actually accommodate that sort of test buy, right? If you are upfront with them and say, I just need to test the product, test the market, that sort of thing, they'll say, and they'll allow you to order a smaller amount, even if they do have an MLQ. So test buys will help out with a lot of that risk mitigation on all parts and all assets of facets of Amazon.
Yeah, and it's important if you're doing a test buy from a distributor, and if you say you're like, hey, I just need to do a test buy on this, like this is just a one-time thing. The next time I'll meet whatever your order minimums are, you actually have to meet it the next time, because if you do a test buy and then they think it's like legitimately a test buy and like you just want to test whatever, the products, the relationship, whatever, you come back on the next one and say, hey, I want to do the same order size again, because you can't give more, that's not going to end well. So make sure you actually stick to your word, because a lot of times, a lot of the leverage with test buys is, I'm going to do this. If it goes well, which it should go well, I'll come back, I'll order the above the order minimum or whatever. And if you don't stick to that, it's bad. It's not going to make you look good.
So how has sales been while you've been out?
Good. Sales have been slumping a little bit just because I've been backward on a lot of my electronics, but I'm also moving into a lot more of my grocery stuff, which is slowly taking off. I'm currently in the process of training a VA to start placing grocery orders for me, and that's a process in and of itself. But I mean, things are still moving along, still 6-figure months, still doing great. And it's really cool because I'm able to now get like 6-figure months without putting a lot of thought into it. Whereas a year ago, that would have been impossible to do.
Yeah. And
let's get into that transition a little bit though, in terms of obviously your bread and butter has always been electronics, now starting to transition to more grocery items. Is there a differentiation in terms of some of the little identifiers that you're looking for from a price point perspective, a sales rank perspective, velocity, that sort of thing?
I'm just looking for volume. I'm really just looking for volume on electronics. A lot of my stuff was higher ticket, so it didn't really matter if there was volume, because like if it's sold like once a day, that could be $100 profit, which was fine. But I'm really just looking for volume on grocery products. That's really it.
And I was meaning to say, in terms of payment security, if you're doing OA and just in general, always use a credit card, because they'll care a lot. Amex cares a lot about their money. And check out through PayPal if you're at all sketched out by the site, because that's another added layer of security that'll make it a lot easier. And even the site offering PayPal is a green flag in terms of their legitimacy, but you need that because, if you're doing like reverse sourcing with Seller App or anything like that, Google searching stuff, naturally you're going to be able to find some sketchy Google shopping listings are going to come from sites you've never heard of. So you need to be checking out through PayPal and using a credit card, ideally, even if you're going to pay it off with cash, just for the added payment security. In my opinion, I think it's a good thing as well.
Yeah, PayPal. PayPal.
Most of our checkouts are done through PayPal.
Gladly screw over the merchant in favor of the consumer. So you guys should not be worrying about that. PayPal is awesome for the consumer usually.
Yeah, let us know in the comments if you've been banned from PayPal or eBay, because I know we have multiple bans between all of us on some of those different platforms.
Yeah, I'm like fully banned on eBay right now. I tried a couple months ago to create another account to sell these 2 iPhones I had, and as soon as I tried to list them, they banned the account. And I think it's because I had another account that had like a $10 past due balance. But for me on eBay, it's like wraps. It's like back in like 2015 again for me.
Same thing. Was Coinbase.
Yes.
Robinhood.
Yeah. Shout out. No, I'm not banned on Robinhood. Shout out.
Do you have Robinhood?
Huh?
Do you have Robinhood?
Yeah, I had to pay taxes from Robinhood this year.
Oh, damn.
From GameStop.
Oh,
that's a good sign, though. That's a good sign.
Yeah, it is a good sign, but I forgot about it. I forgot about it until my CPA was like, "Did you have any like investment profits?" And I was like, "Man, GameStop. I completely forgot about it. Pulled Robin a 1099 or whatever, and I fucking pay it."
That's a funny tweet. I don't know if you talked about that on the timeline. I don't think you did.
But you know what's super degenerate? Danny's gonna have to pay taxes on his sports gambling income.
Really?
Yes and no.
Wait,
I'm
so
going to have to this year too. I'm going to have to this year
Yeah,
too.
yes and no. Well, if you're gambling on crypto, no.
oh well, buy box bandits, or at least I do not endorse any of that. I definitely not.
Now,
But anyways, Danny, I'm about to be joining you down in Miami next month.
this is what I've been hearing for quite a while, guys. And if you guys don't know,
It's already paid for.
I hear these types of statements from Miles and Garrett.
Whoa, no, not true, not true the slightest.
So what are the moves? You're moving to Miami?
Yeah, our boy Lester hooked it up.
How long are you staying in his place for?
My flight down there is June 8th, which I think we're going on a cruise before that, so it might be earlier. But I have the apartment June 8th to July 9th-ish.
Okay. And then after July 9th, what are your plans?
So that is yet to be determined.
After July 9th, you will be taking over my lease in my apartment. That would be
it is very possible. I'll leave it at that.
Are you guys hosting a Buy Box Bandit Florida meetup?
Well, if you come.
Well, hey, I didn't say I would. You guys are gonna be the ones living within a square foot.
I mean, yeah, dude. If we get like 20 people, that'd be cool. Actually, that'd be really.
We
cool.
can go for some, Danny. What I'm envisioning, right? We wake up at like 6:30, go for a nice 7 a.m. run, hit the gym, hit the gym after that. We can do some MMA in the evening. You know,
run the podcast. Revolutionary ideas.
So you're gonna be in. Wait. When do you go down again? Sorry, I forgot.
So Dylan and I are talking about going on a cruise before.
Oh, June, first week of June, right?
Okay. I'll be living in June 8th.
So.
Yeah. Yeah. So, dude, Brickle is sick. To be honest, I've really wanted like a 2-bedroom apartment now, or a house. Like,
ooh, damn, Wi-Fi astronaut HQ.
Yeah. Well, I guess because I grew up in a house my whole life. I'm in it right now, actually. And I miss a backyard, and the idea to me of being in my own house with my own backyard and being able to do what I want is like sweet. But
Max,
I didn't actually tell you I got a moonshot offer for my house today.
Whoa. We'll bleep out the number, but cover your mouth and say how much.
Wait, is it what kind of what's the offer?
I can say it's more than twice what I bought the house for.
Oh, dude, no, that's insane. Is
it a cash offer?
So it's not FHA, which is the best thing.
Huh?
I don't remember what it's through, but yeah, it's more than twice what I bought the house for.
That is so. I'm sorry. That is so like the nothing against your house, but that is so bad shit crazy.
Paperwork's been sent in. There's another one that's looking to match it, or if not, increase.
Is it a wholesaler?
No, it's a family.
Wow.
So there's 2 contending parties at this point, and we haven't even done the open house.
That's what I was gonna say. I checked on Zillow if it was there, and it wasn't.
Wow.
Oh, dang.
That's awesome. So, are you planning on selling? I mean, obviously, you're planning on selling it, but is that the full intention?
Yeah.
Do you have to pay capital gains tax?
Yes.
No.
You've owned it for more than 3 years, right? Isn't that there's something I've
no idea. Yeah. Wait, no, Miles is right. There is. I think it might be 2 years.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, no, Miles is right.
Damn, so that's a huge bag tax free. Or assuming I know what I'm talking about, which absolutely could be not true.
Yeah, no, it is. So Pennsylvania, and so we'll talk about it after. But yeah, it's not taxed.
That's sweet. That is sick, man. That is awesome. You'll probably get an offer from like BlackRock too. They're sniping everything.
No, they're not buying that.
They are literally
sniping.
Bro, you're insane. They are taking houses. Any house under 500,000 in the United States, they're buying it.
Yeah, it's only been active for 2 days, and I already have. It's crazy.
That is fucking. That's unreal.
I'm gonna check Zillow and see if it's there.
So it's gonna be. So you're Brickle until July, and then let's say like you can't go into my place or whatever. Where are you gonna go after July? And your house is sold.
So part of it is the other half. She's applying to a few remote positions. If she gets remote, then we're going to Florida. If she doesn't get remote, then it gets a little more tricky in terms of where we end up. However,
but you're definitely going to be in Miami, Brickle that month?
Yeah, I already paid for it. It's been done. So it's a book. Yeah.
Shout out Lester. Shout out Lester.
Shout out Lester.
Dude,
What
that's
episode?
sick.
That's like episode 56 or something, 58, something like that.
It was, I think, probably 2 weeks ago.
Yeah,
it was in Danny's absence.
True. That's like, I won't comment more on that.
In his European absence.
Yeah.
Okay, so that counted, yeah. It was episode 60, April 26, 2022. Damn, we all had glasses on too. That's a vibe and a half.
That episode's actually doing really well.
Oh yeah, people love the OA stuff, all that. I love
But
it.
anyways, Miles, we haven't really dug into what you're up to. Anything new with you and your business?
No, just chopping wood, same stuff. Actually added a ton of skis over the last month, which I'm super excited about moving forward. But just kind of culminating and trying to chop wood, do the same stuff. It's working great, so keep going with that. Working on some content stuff every day, pumping out what I need to be doing, everything like that. But no complaints, just working hard and trying to make some stuff happen here and there.
You're slowly starting to onboard a prep center. Is that accurate?
Oh yeah, actually past 2 months, yeah, still like 30% of my spend. Hopefully, eventually more so, 50-60%. But I'm just working on getting better at finding stuff to make that happen from a higher ASP.
And cash flow is good. No.
Ooh, your boys actually, it's a little tight this week on the Capital One. But we're gonna make it happen.
Yeah.
Well, it's tight because you're taking all your money and
buying the dip. We'll need to talk all about that.
Are you buying the dip?
Yeah.
You always buy the dip?
Well, I've only been doing it for like 2 years, so only had the big Corona one and then the big.
What are your thoughts to people who say, I'm scared, I'm selling? Or
Do your own research. I am an idiot. Do your own research.
Yeah, but Danny, Miles is coming to stay at the crib during June.
No, I'm not.
Oh, I thought you said you were.
I don't know where you got that idea.
Maybe I'll come stay at your house in June.
Maybe for like a weekend, it'd be funny, but especially not if it's sold.
Well, just don't burn it down. You'll be fine.
I mean, how long does those can take like a few months, right?
3 months, I think.
Settlement on the first offer was established at July 14th, I think.
2 months.
But that's mobile. That's fluid.
That's not bad. That's 2 months.
Yeah.
It just had to be after June, obviously, because I will not.
That's so crazy. You got an offer double what you paid. That's crazy.
So crazy. Yeah, that's so awesome.
Yeah, that's fucking unbelievable. Were you did you think you were getting an offer that high?
Yeah.
Nah, you had to be like geeked when they told you that though.
Of course, I'm
trying to.
What are you paying? 6% to the agents?
Yep.
What are you paying to them?
So the interesting thing is my real estate agent is the real estate agent for the buyer. So if he's a dual agent, I think I gain another %.
Yeah, at least I think some.
So I don't know.
What's a dual disclosed agent? Yeah, that could be problematic though, because they have to have the best interest of both the buyer and the seller in mind.
Well, that's the one that's the offer that's already been submitted. The second offer that we're waiting for is from a different real estate agent.
Is the agent the same or is the brokerage the same?
Agent. I don't know. Agent.
Okay. Yeah. That could get highly problematic.
Danny, why didn't you have Danny represent you? Are you licensed in PA?
I mean, I could have referred him to someone. I
Yeah.
low-key could have copped like 1.5% of what.
Yeah, that's so 50. We're not doing that.
I mean, that's what Danny gets for not responding to several FaceTimes.
Oh,
yeah, it is what it is. I would
by several, I mean potentially, 6 to 10.
Look, dude, Miami's been crazy. I've been looking to. I've always wanted.
What are you trying to get into if I come to move into your place? Are you trying to go overseas again?
Dude, I don't know. I mean, honestly, if you stay overseas, fuck no, I'm not going back to Europe. If you stayed in my condo or my place, I would probably try and get a house, a cheap house lease in Miami or a 2-bedroom apartment in Miami, or I would try and lease one of my friend. I have a friend in New Jersey whose parents own like an apartment on like the Jersey Shore. I would try and get that for like a couple months or like a few months, and I would just stay there for the summer.
Well, I mean, if you're looking for a second party to potentially go in on a house with, I would be willing.
Yeah, dude, okay, so that's the problem I'm finding with the houses in Miami. It's like if I can afford it, it's in a terrible area.
Yeah.
And if it's like if I can't afford it and it's like a house I really want, let's say the rent's like 5 or 6K, it's like I would need another person to go on the lease with me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, dude, that could potentially, it could be a good time too because the prices are slowly going down as well.
Yeah, people on Twitter have been talking about that a little bit.
But I'd have to, because I have my lease until the end of October, so I kind of have to wait. Mm-hmm. If I can't find anyone to fill it, or if I can't get permission to fill it, I'm kind of just screwed.
Well, I mean, assuming you're not happy there anymore, or
no, no, I love it. I love the place. Yeah. If my landlord is listening, thank you. I really enjoy the place building. You've been a great landlord. I just really want more space. That's it. Like I want a bedroom, I want an office, and then I want a living space.
Backyard so you can nature max?
Sure. Right now it's all in one. I really want separate rooms. So like
co-working could solve part of that.
No,
you could have a good office to film content in.
I'm good. I don't want to be in the space, co-working space with other people. I've tried that. It's not.
I mean, if you go on like I know some big entrepreneurs that work like that. But I mean, I don't know.
Then they sell you the memberships at the co-working place. So it's kind of.
Danny, so let's get into.
You and I both watch.
Sounds like cap. Anyway, Garrett, what are you saying?
What's the next 6 months look like for Wi-Fi Astronaut? Any big plans in the Twitter social media space?
Yeah. Lots of plugs.
No, just keep growing. Just keep growing the Twitter. Keep growing the Wi-Fi Astronaut brand. People seem to really like it. Like when I meet up with people on Twitter, they call me, like, they refer to me as Wi-Fi, which is like fucking hilarious. So I'm just keep tweeting, keep providing as much free value as I can. I mean, I may be having some offers in the near future on different.
Yeah, I was gonna ask. There are some rumblings about potentially a wholesale course. Is that?
I don't know. We'll see. I mean, it could be a couple months away, a few months away. But yeah, I mean, that's in the process of being built right now. That honestly is the goal by before Q4 is to have that fully launched and going.
And so what does that look like? Is there going to be a Discord? Is it just going to be a course? Is it going to be Zoom calls? What's that going to look like?
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be hosted on school.com, and it's going to be, I haven't figured out the exact format of it yet, but it's going to be like 20, 25 plus hours of like really good wholesale content for myself and maybe from some other people as well. And then it's going to be weekly calls or bi-weekly calls or twice a week calls with myself and then the coach or whoever. But, I'm just trying to make it I'm in a bunch of other wholesale programs right now that I bought, and I'm looking at like what all of them do right and then what they all do wrong. And then I'm putting it in together as one and I'm trying to make the best wholesale program here, especially because like you got, and I'm not knocking any of them, but like you got people that are selling $100 million potentially a year. How are you relating to a mom who's like working a 9 to 5, who's trying to get an Amazon and really make an income? Whereas I feel like I can break it down in a way to make very attainable steps to 6 figures in profit a year instead of trying to go off and build some 8-9 figure empire.
That's the tricky thing, is because especially if you're going to be focused in the wholesale space, I mean, you got some heavy hitters as direct competition.
Yeah.
Right. So it's going to be interesting in terms of how you position it, and then also how you continue to.
What is cool though is like what I've noticed is there's so much traffic to go around. It's like Amazon too.
Yeah.
Like a lot of those guys are on IG. I haven't really seen a lot on Twitter, and I feel like with my network and my resources on Twitter and the ability that these guys on Twitter have to market in other spaces like Instagram and like YouTube, when I bring them on and pay them to help me market, I'm gonna blow everyone out of the water.
Yeah, no, that's good stuff. That's super exciting.
The nice thing about Twitter is you have a guy for everything. Like we know a bunch of copywriters, email marketers. If you need a closer, appointment setter,
Dude, Twitter is sick for that.
We're like, I guess, kind of the resident Amazon people, I guess, in a way, hopefully some people see it.
I was a little worried my Twitter following was getting skewed to like random BS. So I put out a poll yesterday, who here has an Amazon seller account? And luckily like 70% of the people replied yes, but it wasn't a lot of people. But
I super responded no to that.
Oh, I did too. Yeah. So you can actually you'll need to redo the and assuming Rodriguez's vote was the same way, you'll need to actually redo the math so it's accurate.
Yeah. For the band.
That's fine. As long as like a majority of my audience is selling on Amazon, that's all I want.
Yeah. What's the sub percentage of your audience that's into sports gambling and degenerate?
Dude, I really don't gamble that much. I really
when's Jake Paul fighting again?
Yeah, I was good. That was my next question. I was like, when he fell off the face.
Hopefully soon. I mean, he hasn't announced anything yet. This is the longest time he's gone without announcing. I mean, he's still been in the gym every day, apparently.
You keeping track on him?
Hopefully soon. Hopefully, I mean, yeah, if I want my bets to go well, if he's out partying, I'm not going to bet on him, and he's not. He did buy a $22.5 million penthouse in Miami, though. Him and his brother.
Damn, he outbid you on that.
Unfortunately, yeah, I came in a couple million short, but
came in like a wrecking ball.
Yeah. But yeah, man, we just been grinding. Now we're back on the pod, though. We're gonna send the podcast to the moon. Yeah.
That Wi-Fi astronaut logo is hard. Is it your background on Twitter too, or where do you use it besides just the header?
Just on YouTube. That was made from a VA who tried to sabotage my account.
Oh, wait. Tell the story of that and tell how people can avoid nightmare VA situations.
I think unfortunately a lot of Filipino VAs have experience with people not paying. So it wasn't really his fault per se. But it was
his fault for reacting the way he did.
Yeah, so he had done work for me for a week. I was overpaying him too, and he was outsourcing it, which I realized. But it was fine. I was going to pay him for the week, and then that was probably going to be it. So I scheduled the payment for that day, and I think I sent him screenshots. I was like, "Hey, I scheduled you your payment. Like, you should be getting it within a few hours, but because it's a new account, it's going to take a few hours because they're verifying my bank or whatever." And then I sent those texts to him in the morning, and then I went to the Internet Kids event. Shout out Harry Wales and Ben Bader.
Cardinal Mason too.
Yes. And
that might have been the beginning of the Wi-Fi disappearance.
I think it was.
It's around that time frame.
That was like maybe halfway, into it.
No, that was the start of it.
That was the beginning of it. Yeah.
That was the beginning of it. But anyway, and then he started hitting me up throughout the day, like saying like, am I going to pay? Am I going to pay? Am I going to pay? And I was like, bro, I scheduled your payment. Like, there's nothing I can do. And I posted a video because it was Friday. I posted Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And then all of a sudden, like, my video stopped getting views. And so this is what happened. So he tried to comment on the video, but because he made the video private, he privatized my video. And then since he tried to comment on it, you can't comment on a private video. Every time he'd put the comment and refresh, the comment would be gone because it was a private video. And you can't comment on private videos. So he thought I was deleting his comment saying like, and the comment was like, answer my text or something. So then he kept the video private and it just like kept blowing me up. Like, I probably had like 100 calls from him and like 100 missed texts or 100 missed calls and like 100
over like $20 or something.
Yeah. No, it was over like $200.
Oh, so he did a lot for you then. That makes sense. That's
but
to them, $200 is a lot.
Like 2,000 or so. Or something.
Of course it is.
Yeah. So he was kind of rightfully so. Yeah,
but
I would have.
And then when I asked him about it, he started lying and saying he didn't privatize the video. And I was like, you're misstepping here. I got on a call. I called him. I said, if you tell me the truth, I'll still give you your money. If you lie to me again, you're not getting it. Because I can see who privatized it on my the YouTube analytics, on the Google analytics. And when it went private, it was at 11:30. I'm at Internet Kids event. The only person who has access to that YouTube is him. He lied again. So I canceled his payment, is what it is. And then he never bothered me again since. I think he understood what he did wrong. I would have still, if you listen, I still would have gave your money if you didn't start lying to me.
Honestly, one of the big Wi-Fi astronaut values.
Yeah, honestly. Yeah. Facts. It's a pillar in everything. That's a big pillar in business too. Don't lie to anyone. It can only get you caught. It's only going to get you caught.
Bezos.
Shout out Bezos. Bezos is based on Twitter now. So that is huge. Huge. Big things. What's up with flips? Flips 5 miles.
Yeah, it's same thing. They'll probably drop a thread after this for the Twitter folks, and big shipments every day, pumping out stuff to preps and trying to get better at sourcing so I can afford, or at least just at higher ASPs, so I can send stuff in and everything. But I don't know. A lot of people ask me why I don't do wholesale, and I just love OA. Like, I think OA, it's much easier to like plug and play. It's like more cash flow positive if you don't deal with lead times and supplier times and all that. But then after you're doing a couple $100K a month, it gets difficult to scale beyond that. And it's probably easier to do wholesale. I'm kind of getting to that point where maybe I should.
I mean, as long as you're hitting your goals, you have no reason to get into anything else.
Dude, I think a lot of the scaling beyond like $250,000 a month in OA comes down to VAs. I think that's
having infrastructure to spend it. Same way with
I think that's the key to it, because when we
just having capital, right? I mean, because there's a lot of even OA products that are maybe 8-9% margin, 10% margin that will get you over that hump. But I mean, no one with $20,000 to spend every month is going to invest in a 9% product, 9% margin, not
it's
ROI.
Still like a 20% ROI depending on the category.
Yeah, for sure. But there's just so much out there that's within that kind of threshold gray area range where a lot of people have been accustomed to passing it over, right? So having that extra spending capital is massively advantageous from an OA perspective.
How would you recommend people go about getting that extra capital?
I mean, if you're moving, I mean, it starts with obviously Miles's favorite, the Capital One, whatever it's Spark or 2% cash back or whatever.
I don't know why that's your favorite card.
It's 2% cash back. What's better than that?
We've been pushing the Plum the past couple months because it's all. I mean,
great. Yeah, that solves a very unique problem too.
What is the Plum is
60-day payment time.
Yeah, which I don't think.
So our limit with the Plum is pretty much unlimited. We can spend however much we want, and as long as we're buying the right stuff, we pretty much get majority of that money back within 60 days.
So your Plum is on a 60-day cycle.
Yeah.
Mine is not. Like, I'm positive mine's not.
Yeah, so as long as you hit your minimum payment of 10% of your new spend, then that spend then gets rolled over to the next cycle, interest free.
Maybe I'll call. I vividly remember seeing total minimum balance due, and it was the whole balance. So maybe I'll call my Amex rep.
Yes, the app is awful at portraying it, but
I want to call my rep and ask.
Yeah, but so like, say you have a new Plum card, nothing spent. And I spend $10,000 over the next couple of weeks. Whenever that statement hits, I have to pay off 1,000. That's the minimum, and then the 9,000 gets rolled over another 30 days interest free. Okay. And then obviously that comes to fruition.
So the most it could be is 60 days.
Correct.
But it's a rolling. And the least it could be is like 32, I guess.
But it acts like account reserve though. It's a rolling 60.
Oh, that's sick. That's
what acts just as account reserve does. It's a rolling 60. So I spend money today, and that's when it gets tricky to track in terms of tracking that same dollar. But it's 30 days from now, the 10% is going to be due on the next statement, and then after that, obviously.
Okay.
And so that, the Plum.
So that 10% is due when, if I was spending on another card, the full amount would be due, correct?
Correct.
Interesting. That is really cool, actually.
We don't even use our Platinum anymore.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, I wouldn't either. I need to get the Plum.
I just use my my Chase card and my Amex card now.
Yeah, the Chase card's awesome too.
Well, any order I have over like 5K, I'll throw that on the Chase card. Honestly, I throw a lot of shit on the Chase card now. But I still got to show love to Amex because like those are the boys.
They put you on early. They put all of us on early.
I also want to keep my limit high too in case like a lot of these back orders get filled, which it did happen a few weeks ago. I needed a lot. threw that on Amex, no big deal because my Chase was maxed.
Yeah, you should get the Capital One either way though, because you'll get a gigantic limit.
Yeah, I'll look into it.
Yeah, I mean, we have a Capital One reps in the FBA roadmap, so we can hook it up. He's a podcast listener as well.
Awesome.
Oh, wow.
So if anyone needs that, let us know. I can hook you up with him. He's a great guy.
That is dope.
That's very cool.
Yeah, and like dudes will like trying to put him on. Yeah, if you need the Capital One card, he's a good guy. He's in the reselling community.
Yeah. If you're just starting out with credit, what would you suggest to someone doing?
So what I did, this is purely anecdotal, which I think ended up working good. But what I did specifically, this is just what I, whatever, do your own research. So I got a Discover card. Then the day my credit turned 6 months, I got the Amex Hilton Business, which I had read on blogs was the easiest to get. And then like 3 months after that, got the Business Gold, then like took a year off, and then eventually got a couple Chase card, and then the Amex Blue was in there too. But right now I just use the Business Gold, Business Blue, and Capital One Spark. And I have the new Chase card, but it just has a small limit, so I don't.
You would probably get approved. Well, I mean, you obviously would get approved with the Plum and get a pretty juicy limit just because you have the history.
Yeah, I think I'm probably gonna do that.
I have 2 Plum accounts.
D47.
Yeah, I have one there and then one for DeFero's play.
We should get one,
especially with some of the stuff that you're doing, Miles. That 60-day period would be plenty.
Facts.
Like all your stuff is selling as soon as it hits.
Yeah. Facts.
And then you can use that money, throw it into NFTs. By the time the 60 days are in, you sell the NFTs, cash out the ETH, assuming the market doesn't crash and go to zero, and you're good. You made another $100.
Please don't listen to let's check.
Before we wrap up, let's get some NBA picks. Miles, who you got in the finals and who you got taking it?
The sports ball conference finals. So it's Heat. It's the Celtics and the Heat, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, see, I like that the Celtics have stuck together that core, Smart, Brown, Tatum for a while. So I would like to see them win, but I like the Heat too, just because there are a lot of like not top picks. Like it's, some undrafted guys, stuff like that. So I don't know. I think if I had to choose, I would say I'd like the Celtics to win, just because they've some of those guys showed a lot of loyalty, and then the Warriors.
Danny, if the Heat win, we're going to the parade because it's going to be in June.
That's what I was going to say. Purely for the Miami is on. I mean, it could be just because I'm there and I'm in like the ecosystem now. But like F1, which I went to, was nuts. That was sick. Like Miami's on like a roll. Like everything's on a roll.
Kentucky Derby?
What'd you say?
Did you go to the Kentucky Derby?
No. No.
Oh, you were flexing hella suits though, so I couldn't.
No. But I went to qualifying F1, the qualifying day, which was awesome experience. But between like Ultra F1, Miami's on a roll, so I'm hoping the Heat go, because I'd honestly probably go to one of the games, go to one of the final games. So
that would,
and then the parade would be sick too.
Yeah, Lester, listening. If the Heat win, Lester, you, me, Danny, we're pulling up to the parade.
Yeah.
And
also, unless you're moving to the Keys, I need to go there. We could road trip out to the Keys.
Let's do it. Yeah. I won't have a car, so you'll have to drive.
Bro, you could drive my Charger.
Ooh, that's dangerous activities.
That car should be back. Fuck, man, I don't know.
It's been a minute, wasn't it? Mid-March when it got screwed up.
I have some people dealing it for me. Instilled fear in the owner of some shops because they're messing with me. But that could be back in hopefully like a week.
Sounds good. Okay, so if you're listening to this, check out the stream. We're going live in 30 minutes, and have a. Also, real quick, if you guys are in the market for a 2021 wide body Dodge Charger with a, I hope you are. We don't support our Buy Box Bandit listeners making bad financial decisions. Buy profitable inventory, not cars.
No, with a light 10,000 miles on it, I will give you I will give you a 1,000.
Wait, why was it in the shop though? Why was it in the shop?
There was a slight fender bender. If you guys want it, I'll give you a $1,500 discount off the price. Let me know.
All right, next one. Have a great day.